Welcome to the testing world. In previous session we have seen for loop, while loop and do while loop. Now I'll show you next type of loop, which is for each loop. We also call it advanced for loop. But this loop is applicable when we store multiple data with the same name. So if you have seen, as of now we are storing only one data in one variable. In that kind of case, we cannot use this for each loop, or we can call it advanced for loop. Advanced for loop or for each loop will be used when we have group of data. Here in Java, if we create array hold multiple data with single name. So that is called group of data. As of now, we did not cover array. So here I'll explain you a bit about the array, and then I'll show you how we can use for each loop with array. Now the question is, can we use for each loop only with array? No. For each loop can be used with a group of data. As of now, we will have array which is behaving like a group of data, means multiple data will be saved by the single name. Later on, we are going to understand list, map, so that will also be group of data. So there also we can use for each loop. First of all, I'm just moving to Eclipse, and here in the class A, I'm going to create a method. So public void, and I'm creating method like get data. You can give any name. Now here I want to create an array. So normally if you write variable, it is like this. Variable is used to hold exactly one data. But if you want, you can define array. Array can hold multiple data. So I'm just going to show you basics of the array. So here I want to create an array which will hold multiple data. For that, either before this name or after this name, you need to write square brackets. So you can write like this, or you can write like this. In the right hand side, in curly braces, you can define any number of data separated by comma. So if you notice, as of now I have 5 values which are stored in this array. So array can hold multiple data by the single name. We also call it group of data. So when we have a group of data, we can use array. Okay, now the point is, I want to fetch all the values of the array. So one option could be, I'm going to use for loop, and I'm writing like for I is equal to 0. Why we are starting with the 0? Because array store data on indexes. So index always start from the 0. So if we have array with 5 data, indexing will be 0 to 4. So you can check it like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I'm going to show you how we can fetch data from the array. But for that, first of all, I'll show you how to use for loop. Then I'll come to the advanced for. So here we need to write like I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. I'm just running a very simple loop where I have defined like I want to run a loop from 0 to 4. Because indexing would be 0 to 4. Now in the for loop, I can mention I want to fetch value of array which is saved by the name A. In square bracket, I'm just passing I. So how it is going to work now? So when this loop will execute, first of all, I value will be 0. So 0 will set over here. So it is going to fetch data from the array on 0 index, which is 100. Then I value become 1. It will fetch data from first index, then second, then third. Okay, let me call that method o.getData, and I'm just running it. So we get all the 5 values. So as of now, we are fetching data from the array by using simple for loop. But when we have a group of data, we can use for each loop as well. So now I'll show you how we can use for each loop over here. And as I told you, for each loop can be used when we have group of data. Group of data means multiple data stored by the single name, which happen in case of array. But also we can use with the list, set, map, which we are going to learn later in this course. Okay, so first of all, if you want to go for the for each loop, I'll have to write like for condition, and that's a body. Now, how to define the condition in for each? So that is a syntax of for each, but as of now we did not write each word. Why? Because each is used when we are speaking about it. We do not have any keyword with the name each. So that is the syntax of for each. Here in the conditions, write a colon. On the right hand side of the colon, we need to give name of group of data. So in our case, group of data is an array and the name of the array is A. So on the right hand side, I have given the A. On the left hand side, you have to create a variable with the same data type. So if you see array belongs to the data type int. So here on the left hand side, we have to create a variable of the type int. So that is the syntax of for each loop. Now, how this loop is going to execute? Because here we did not define how many times this loop is going to execute. For each loop, check how many data we are having in this group of data. So in our case, group of data is an array which has total 5 values. So it automatically understands this is going to execute 5 times. So for each means execute this loop for each value of this array. Now, every time when this loop will execute, a value from this array will come and store in this Z. So now, first time 100 will come from the array and store into the Z. Second time 200 will come from the array and store into the Z. So in the same way, every time a value will come and store in this variable. Now we can do anything what we want with the variable. So as of now, I'm just printing it. If I try to execute now, you will notice we are getting total 5 values printed. And in this case, we are not using indexing, because indexing is used when we are fetching the data through for loop. Here we are using for each. In case of the for each, every time a value will come, value means exact value which is stored in the array. Value will come from this array and store in this variable. Now you can use the data of the variable. So that is the syntax of for each loop. Here we are not going for indexing, but this will be applicable only when we have group of data. Now we have a question over here. I have an array with 100 values and I want to fetch only 50 values from the array. Should I go for the for loop or for each loop? Answer is for loop. Why? Because here I want to control how many values we want to get from the array. I want to get from 0 index to 49 index, means first 50 value. For each loop is going to fetch all the values, but I want only 50 values. Okay, I change my question. I have an array and I want to fetch all the values of the array. In that case, you can go for each loop, because here we are not controlling it. It will execute for all values that we have in the array. Every time a value will come and store in this variable, now we can use it. So that is for each loop. We also call it advanced for loop. This loop is very important because later on we are going to use this loop on many places. That's all we have. Thanks for watching this video.